you like tennis? So what's your fourth?
So the shorts one was teaching me a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Will you read over that for second class? Because
How you doing? Good, man.
Mama, we call
Now
scripts
I'm
as
going to
in.
lecture all
And then a
of
bunch
you.
of them. And now they're all popping up at the bottom.
Oh my gosh. Now that it's on.
The entire year and a half that I had to No, I haven't. See, hey, Desi, going back from. It's not my.
Spencer, your comeback is no, I go to the good school. Are y'all ready?
The troop and pack what to do on.
The three-point design on the top half is like the north point of an old sailor's compass. This shows that the scout is able to point the right way in life as truly as the compass points in its field. The 3 points of the trifold are like the 3 fingers used in the scout sign. They stand for the 3 parts of the scout oath: duty to God and country, duty to others, and duty to yourself.
Okay.
Tenderfoot. The eagle and shield, national emblem of the U.S., stand for freedom and a scouter's readiness to defend that freedom. The 2 stars. The 2 stars stand for truth and knowledge of the scouting movement. They guide you by night and suggest a scout's outdoor life.
First class. The scroll is turned up at the ends to remind us of the corners of a scout's mouth raised in a smile as he does his duty. The scout motto is printed across the scroll. The knot attached to the bottom of the scroll represents the scout slogan. So, do a good turn daily, learn to tie the knot.
First class scout rank is a combination of the previous 3 ranks, which are one of the first tiers of scouting.
The star and the star rank badge represents the 5 merit badges earned in this rank until the amount of merit badges was increased to 6 in the 1990s.
The Hoyt in the right rank badge symbolizes the accomplishment of health and fitness. It, as the first aid merit badge, is required for both life and eagle. Until 1972, when it became required for all ranks above first class.
The Eagle is the highest rank attainable in Boy Scouts. You have to earn at least 21 merit badges to demonstrate Scout spirit through service and leadership. This includes an extensive service project and that the Scout plans, organizes, leads, and manages.
Okay, Spencer received several letters of congratulations from various.
Scout shake your hands. Do we do it like the? Yeah. So, I like the mothers always pinning their ranks on the young man. Then you get to salute your mother with a hug and a kiss.
Mom.
Whatever she desires.
Mom.
More can tolerate.
Oh, turn this way.
Turning the same
Turn.
way.
There.
There you go.
Poking holes in his new shirt.
I got this when I was 12.
That's true. It just still feels new.
It's because I take care of my stuff.
You're now up.
I got it here.
All right, now you gotta come back up here. Spencer, I'm gonna administer to you the Reformation of Eagle charge. Spencer Cowdell, I charge you to enter the Eagle Scout Brotherhood without reservation and to uphold the ideals of honor and service. By repeating the Eagle Scout promise with your fellow members, you will join our brotherhood. When you pledge yourself to the sacred honor, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout with the same words which closed one of our founding documents of our great country, the Declaration of Independence. Will all Eagle Scouts here today please stand and renew your Eagle Scout promise as Scouts name, that's not in parentheses, as Spencer joins our brotherhood. Scout salute and repeat after me, just the Eagles. All right. I reaffirm my allegiance
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
and my status and my influence count strongly for the better of Scouting.
for the better of Scouting.
For the better of Scouting. And for better citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Two. Please be seated.
She wore a red shirt.
Spencer, move.
I forgot to wear a collar.
And didn't hurt too bad. Oh wait, that's Dad. Kidding. Alright, where do you want me to stay? I don't care.
His voice.
You don't have to lean back. No.
Thanks, son.
No.
Do you want a picture of all of us, or is this video? Still on that side.
How about
Have these taken pictures, so. There's no flash.
Alright,
Good, okay.
Doing what I was doing wrong. Dad, get back up here. You're getting my mental.
Just even it out.
Yeah, just even that. It's the only reason I chose you. Now,
Yeah, he's known you since he was
this
born.
guy, he wore me down after a year and a half about my paperwork. It takes a lot for a father to put up with a guy that doesn't like computers. Who will not do any work at all on them. What?
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Want to change your neck?
Oh yeah, that would be. See, now all the pictures are ruined.
Transition.
Yeah.
Before and after the meeting.
Yeah. That will never come out. Choking me.
Joke.
Got witnesses, got witnesses.
There we go. Okay, we're good. All right.
There's another reason I chose him as my mentor, so that he can give the mentor speech and his and the Scoutmaster minute at once.
First week of school, I asked my third grade teacher a question because I didn't understand anything. And she got right up on it. She was tall and dark hair. That doesn't apply to anything, but that's an example. She had really bad breath. So I made the decision that I didn't want to understand anything else in that class the rest of the year. And so that's that story. We'll move on to fourth grade. I thought about what I should say today, and I'll probably cry. It's probably something I'm going to try not to, because it is my son, and I can just think of all the times that we were yelling at each other and trying to get something what seemed to be simple accomplished, but to a young man, a mountain to climb. So, I think the first thing that I wanted to talk about was for those who aren't eagle yet, it's supposed to be hard, and that's the point. To get to the point that you have an Eagle Scout isn't supposed to be an easy climb. When you first start the first tier of scouting as a scout, as a second class, and as a first class, you're simply learning the basics of scouting, first aid, and hiking, and cooking, the basics. But I think of that as our deacon rank, or as deacons. Deacons take out the trash, don't they? I mean, that is literally the job of a deacon, to take out the trash every Sunday. They start at the bottom, and that's what that is. They have to cook for the troop, and to the troop's dismay, isn't it? I mean, it's terrible. Every time.
Salt and pepper in all meals.
Yes, it's not salt and pepper. It is
That a piece of carbon?
ashes and pieces of kid. Is usually what's in that meal. But they're at the bottom. When you finally get to your star rank, when you earn your star rank, you're considered a senior scout. You're expected to do more. Similar to what we do with the priesthood. We go from deacons to teachers, and they're given more responsibilities, and then priests are given even more responsibilities. The responsibility even to baptize if they so choose, or if that opportunity comes to them. That's a pretty big responsibility. So is the rank of star. It becomes a leadership responsibility. The older scouts are expected to do more and be an example, which they have with this last group. It has been a struggle for these young men to be the examples they should be. But they have been. They have been. It just was a struggle every time, every camping. So they go on to life, and as a life scout, you find yourself in a patrol leader position often. You find yourself as a senior patrol leader or a quartermaster. Those senior scouts are being given responsibility over the troop as we go on those campouts. But it becomes a little different once you get to life. There is a big hurdle between life and Eagle. That hurdle is 10 merit badges, where they've only had to earn 6 and then 5. Now they have 10 more to earn with one rank. 10 more. If you're not an active scout, that is a huge hurdle, because we earn merit badges at scouts. And unless you do it on your own and do other activities, it becomes very difficult. My goal with Spencer was to let him not become Eagle. That's how I looked at Eagle for him. Because I feel that if he doesn't earn it, then what benefit was it for him? Now, with that said, I made sure that it was in the front of his mind every morning. Okay? It was my responsibility as his parent and as his scoutmaster to encourage to be better than what he is, to be more than what he will become, or has become. And so do we do that with our current life scouts. Encourage. Daily is what they need. A daily encouragement. To earn something that is worthwhile, and not to them at the time. And that we have to recognize that teenagers are not interested in putting effort into something that is worthwhile. Even if it's worthwhile, unless it's a girl. Okay? Then maybe we'll put extra effort into that. But it's our responsibility as parents and as leaders to continue to encourage constantly to be better than what you are. And the rank of eagle symbolizes that accomplishment. I was honored when Spencer told me. Oh, I would have been better if he didn't tell me ahead of time. I would have liked to be surprised to be his mentor. But we were fighting. He said, I don't know why I made you my mentor. Okay. But I look at those as good opportunities to learn patience for me. So anyway, he told me that I was going to be his mentor. I feel honored. I do feel honored that he feels that way, because you don't always get that feeling from your kids that you mean something to them. So even though you don't say it very often, Spencer, I know that. I know that you love me and your mom. So thank you for allowing me to help you through Scout. We had another one of our discussions this week, and Spencer just, how he gets. I don't know if you know how he gets. I know. He says, why is this such a big deal? Why is it such a big deal? I've already earned it. I've already earned my equal. Why do we have to have a big deal? And so I thought I would talk about that as my closing. Why we have ceremony for things like this. Because I understand it's a little embarrassing as the one that is at the center of attention for this night. You see all these people that have taken the time, the hour out of their lives, the 2 hours out of their lives to be here because they know who you are and what you've accomplished. But really, it's not for Spencer. I mean, this whole thing is what he's accomplished in his memory. But what benefit does it provide? And the benefit is to those who haven't made equal. That's who benefits from these ceremonies. Because Spencer, you'll be looked up to. Just like everybody in the Eagle's Nest here. You'll be looked up to because of what you've accomplished. The boys here should look at you and go, oh, Spencer can do it, right? Spencer can do it, But what's important is that we need our younger scouts to have something to look forward to, something to look up to, especially when that climb at life seems so steep. You know somebody that's made it, and if they can make it, so can you. I look at our 50-mile hike. Very impressed with our boys this year, early this year, and the 50-mile hike is daunting. It's a daunting hike, so much so that we lied to the boys on the number of miles that they walked. Because in the mind of a young man, the 50 miles is something how do you do all that? So each day we would hike, and we hiked more than what we told them. That way, the last day, we got to the top of Cowdell Knob, and you may have seen the video on Facebook possibly. We got to Cowdell Knob and we said, "You're done." And they seemed excited about that. They were very excited about that. They accomplished something that was harder than they thought. But because they had leadership that was able to guide them through and push them past their limits, they were crying, literally crying, some of them, because of their feet were worn out. And didn't want to go any further. It was difficult to encourage them the last day. But we knew, as the leaders, we knew that it was half of what they think. So they trudged on. I know from past hikes that the last 2 miles of a hike, the boys that are successful either run it, or the ones that have struggled just drag, and we carried them on the way out. But if I can lie to them just a little bit, 6 miles is what they thought. They had 6 more miles to go. So they made it to Cowdell Knob without any problem. No more problems than they had. And to finally finish. It's in a sense of accomplishment. I know that they feel that and they recognize that, because everyone in this room that went on the hike will say for the rest of their life, I hiked 52 miles in 5 days. Nobody else is going to say that in your day-to-day lives. And you can use that when you have somebody that said, "Man, I had to walk all the way from the end of the parking lot, all the way to Walmart." Like, really, let me tell you about experience I had. 52 miles. You can use that if you want to.
Forward march. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Color guard dismissed.
Desi, move that way just a little bit.
Logan Paul.
There you go.
Lucas, smile.